If you are a freelance provider, a coach, a consultant, or if you are a freelance specialist or a generalist, then this video is for you. It's extremely important to niche down. By niching down, I mean that you do one thing and you do one thing well. The reason why that this works so great, let's take my own personal story for example. When I started out 20 years ago, I started by being a blogger. I would write pieces of content for clients who wanted those pieces of content basically for SEO purposes. Then I moved on to proper business blogging and I continued for a few years after that. While doing that, I also realized that I can offer other related digital marketing services such as social media, landing pages, website design, paid advertising, SEO, search, and so much more. So I became eventually an end to end digital marketing consultant. I became a full stack digital marketer. Basically, I would look like and sound like a Costco on two legs. I would be selling everything under the sun, regardless of what it is that my expertise is really on, but that's of no importance or relevance because I would want to provide something that the client is asking for. Looks like I'm selling everything under the sun. It also made it hard for people to actually point out and say that this guy is good at this. And that's the reason why I thought I should niche down and should be a very strong case in point for you to niche down as well. So now I only do email marketing. The reasons for why I do email marketing will be evident by the time you get to the end of this video. Is that you got to be known for something very specific, and it's also easy for you to build a personal brand around what it is that you do. Let's assume you are a service provider and that you do graphic design. Now you got to be specific about what kind of graphic design do you do specific t-shirt design for print on demand stores? Now that's something, that's a niche, and that's something that you can think about instead of creating absolutely everything under the sun. If you can think about where I'm going with this, you know that you can niche down. So let's say you design framer websites and you design framer templates or webflow templates or WordPress templates, you can niche down. For example, you could do framer templates only for churches. You could do framer templates only for e-commerce. You could do framer templates only for solo content creators. You always have room to niche down and point and pick one profitable niche. But please do remember, don't go too thin on niching down. Neither do you go too broad on niching down. You got to find that delicate balance, and it will take some time for you to figure it out. But if you can and you should do it, then it's easier for you to build a personal brand around it. It's easier for the world to know that this is what you do and this is what you do really well. And it's easier for you to build your personal brand with given all of the digital marketing channels available to you today. So that's a crucial reason why you should niche down. Let's assume that you do any of the many means of getting leads for your business. Let's say you use DMs or direct messaging on LinkedIn to try and get your clients. Or maybe you do blogging, managing on social media, posting content on social media, and doing several things of that sort. Regardless of what you choose to do and what your modus operandi is, easier for you to package and sell your products and services if you are niche down. For example, in my case, all I talk about on social media and elsewhere is on email marketing. So anybody looking at my content knows that this is what this guy talks about, this guy knows about, this is what this guy delivers, this is what this guy knows, need my services. They know who to talk to. That's why it's easier to package your products and services if you niche down. And also the perceived quality of what you deliver in terms of your products and services is higher because this is all that you do, and it's clear for everybody who's checking you out on social or elsewhere that this is what you specialize in, which means in turn you can charge higher when it comes to your services. You no longer belong to the bottom of the pyramid. Clients will perceive you better. Clients know that you are the expert to get to when they have a specific problem that they need a solution for. Specialists are always favored over generalists. This debate has been raging for 20 plus years that I've been online now. Everybody has been talking about this. Some have a good point on either side, but I will tell you that specialists are perceived to be the go to people when it comes to that specific range of problems that you solve. Also, it gives way to more revenue streams. If you think about it, let's assume that you are a specialist on email marketing like I am. Now, I could actually provide services as usual, or I could productize my services in a way that they sell like products, and there is a specific process I follow to help deliver those services. One of the services that I provide is a professional email audit. Now, regardless of the type of customer who comes in, they are coming in with a few things that are already set in place. There are processes in place to go in and do this audit for them. So they would normally have a choice of an email service provider. Makes it very easy for me to just log in and start my work. They would normally be using automation flows or campaigns or both, which means it's easy for me to go check. I know exactly which nail to hit on the wall, which means I know what campaigns to check and what automation flows to check. I know what to check in terms of technical foundations. I know what to check in terms of other strategic foundations such as branding, margins, and so on. So there is a specific process you can create if you niche down. By the time you get to a certain point in your career, you already have a few templates that you worked on. You have a few processes that you're very familiar with. You know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to deliver this to your client. That way, then it gives you even more opportunities to generate revenue. I can to provide my regular services, which are custom bespoke services, depending on what clients ask for, or I could provide productized services. Then I can also create courses or run live workshops on this specific topic, or I could create a digital product based on what it is that I do, because now I am a specialist on this and this is what I do for a living. And while you do all of this work for clients or maybe for yourself, tend to identify various gaps that exist in the market, in that specific niche market that you are in. And hence, you are in a better position now to create digital products specific to that target market. You also know who your ideal target customer is by the time you get around to do this. Depending on what it is that you deliver in this niche, it becomes easier to prove your worth as well. Let's talk specifically again about service providers, and let's talk about email marketing specifically. If you notice, any email marketing service provider like MailChimp, Klaviyo, Omnisend, or any others will usually have a dashboard which shows your number of subscribers and things that are happening with respect to your email marketing program. And they also have a dashboard that shows a dollar amount. Now, email marketing service providers actually show that dollar amount because they're confident that you will make revenue by using email marketing alone as a retention center. So if you use email marketing right, then you would be able to generate revenue out of email marketing as a standalone channel. That's amazing. Now, this is something very similar to what Google Ads does and what Meta Ads does with respect to their dashboards as well, because they know for sure that you will create revenue when you run paid advertising. It's as simple as that. So imagine how easy it is for you to prove your worth to a potential client if you had a dashboard like that which shows how much revenue you generated for a client. Unlike everything else that is subjective, like design, blogging, or the quality of your blog post, or how well you do SEO, email marketing as a channel, and I'm being very specific with respect to myself, is easier for you to prove to your client how good you are at what you do. So you can now take that attributable revenue that shows up in the dashboard and actually let the client know that because of all of this work we did, we generated XYZ in revenue over the last 6 months. This is excellent for you as a service provider, coach, or a consultant. For all other things that you might tend to do, it could be a little subjective. It really depends on what people feel, how people perceive your offering, whether you're a coach or a consultant or a service provider. It really depends on their perception of what they felt that they got out of the solutions you're providing. So, all of these things are reasons why you should niche down. Also, the reasons why I niche down to email marketing. I hope this video was useful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If you need specific solutions for your email marketing problems, please let me know at hello@fetchprofits.com. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. This is Ash from Fetch Profits signing out. Peace.